Hi everybody, I'm just going to do a short video just about the past 2 meetings that we've had, just about the trip to Ecuador, and just to share some things that we've been doing as a team and some things that God's been sharing with us, just His vision for Ecuador. So first of all, I just want to thank you guys. I got my deposit in two days after I made this group, so I really just want to thank you guys for sowing into this and sowing into Ecuador and sowing into just this trip, and I just thank you for your guys prayer and your financial support, and it was really cool and it was really encouraging. So thank you. The first meeting that we had was with a lady called Charity, and Charity is she lives in Ecuador with her husband Gio, and they went to BSSM and then they moved to Ecuador, and Gio is Ecuadorian and Charity is from America, so they're going to be our leaders while we're there, and they're going to take us through Ecuador and just help kind of bridge the gap, just bridge the cultural gap between us and them. And it was really cool just to hear what they've seen in Ecuador and what they've seen God do, and what their heart is for Ecuador. And it was just really interesting to hear some things about Ecuador, just what kind of environment and what kind of culture that we're going into. So we're heading to 2 or 3 different places in Ecuador, and just the common theme is that the Ecuadorians just have a really high value for community and respect and honor, and so we really talked about what does that look like in Ecuador, and she just shared some of the cultural differences that we're going to expect. The church there is the churches there are at different levels, and so some churches have been exposed to the supernatural and the prophetic and the healing, and some have been activated in it, and then some of the rural areas are a lot more kind of conservative and traditional. And so we're just really just praying that we're going to go there and just meet them where they're at, and just be able to kind of journey with them, and just learning new things about God and who their God is, and just seeing Him move in their lives, just through the supernatural and just through the impossible. And one thing that kind of stood out to me and was really encouraging is that one of the leaders said that Ecuador is ripe for revival, which is so cool because we're one trip of many trips of many Christians who have gone to Ecuador and really sown into this country, and just the kind of atmosphere that's going on there now is just God's really beginning to move in the supernatural, and he's beginning to move in healing and move in the prophetic, and it's so exciting that we just kind of get to go in just on the backs of all the other trips and all the other people who have gone and sowed there, and we get to kind of just activate them a little bit further and just share with them a little bit further. So that was really exciting. So the last couple meetings have just been really building our team and just doing team bonding and just sharing with each other just things about Ecuador, things not about Ecuador, just kind of building up our team. We've been really getting into the prophetic and just prophesying over each other, prophesying over Ecuador. We're going into a culture that's it's very different from Bethel culture, where it's easy to go out and give a prophetic word, it's easy to pray for someone, it's easy, everyone's just kind of accepting. So we've kind of just we're really getting into it, so that when we go there, it's not going to be this kind of culture shock where we're like a fish out of water kind of thing. So it's going to be really cool, and we're just expecting God to do big things. And so we've been just talking about what is the healing going to look like in Ecuador, what is the prophetic going to look like in Ecuador, and it's very much it's a loosely held conversation, you know, because we're going to get there and God could change your plans. We're going to get there and, you know, God might be like, do this instead, or do it this way, or this is how you do it. So all the conversations are kind of very loose, but it's just kind of building momentum and just building up, you know, like building, I guess like building us up for like what we're going to do there. And I'm personally really excited to go. I feel like this is just going to stretch me in a whole new way, you know, just kind of like in leadership, and just kind of like in confidence, and stepping out in God and stepping out in faith, and just seeing Him kind of take the burden and take the ease, but do like really amazing things in people's lives. And I'm personally really excited. I want to see some like cool healings and some yeah. So yeah, a lot of it was just talking about Ecuador, and praying for Ecuador, and prophesying over Ecuador, and praying for each other. And just in the next few weeks, we're just going to be praying about like what is our message for Ecuador, you know, like personally, like we each have something to bring, you know, God's put something in us to share for Ecuador. And it's just, you know, like the next few weeks is going to just be exploring like what is my message, you know, like what is my core message, what is like a simple truth about God that I'm going to take and just, you know, really prepare for. And like what are simple truths about the prophetic that they should know, and like what are simple truths about healing, you know, like what are simple truths about God, you know, like God is in a good mood, like God is God of the impossible, you know, just those kind of things. And so that's kind of what's happened. I'm sure I'm going to do another blog post soon with just other stuff that I've kind of missed out, but this is kind of random. And so I really just want to thank you all for sewing into my trip. And my next payment is due on the 22nd of January, and it's $1,200. So just if you guys could keep praying for that. And just thank you guys so much. And I'm definitely praying for you guys, and just praying and just thanking God for you guys, just for sewing into this. And I'm so honoured that I get to be the one that goes to Ecuador and kind of sees everything. And so I'm really excited to kind of share everything with you guys. And so I hope you guys had a cool Christmas and Happy New Year. And bless you guys. Bye.